Hey guys, King of Charmanders here, and today I bring to you the best Magnamalo guide. All attacks and patterns, tips and tricks. This video is the complete attack guide for Magnamalo. This guide will also contain tips and tricks for taking on the flagship monster of Monster Hunter Rise. And Magnamalo is also the featured monster of Curse of the Wandering Flames. First, we're going to start off with Magnamalo's monster guide. It is found in forests, swamps, and deserts, so all three habitats. And its elemental attack is Blast, with its elemental weakness being Water and Thunder, where it only works on parts with Hellfire. And here we have its breakable parts. The head, the back, the tail which is sever only, the right arm blade, and the left arm blade. And now we have its main characteristics. It is of the fanged wyvern species, and it is a monster covered in armored-like carapace. It feeds on the bones of corpses to build up gas for its Hellfire. And getting hit by an attack covered in Hellfire will cause you to be inflicted with Hellfireblight. This status ailment will cause you to explode after a period of time. In terms of Magnamalo's useful information, once surrounded by Hellfire, it will boost its attacks and range. Getting hit by Hellfire covered attacks will inflict Hellfireblight, and the Hellfire will change color before it uses its strongest move. As mentioned before, thunder attacks are effective against parts covered in Hellfire, and breaking the part covered in Hellfire will remove it. Next, we have Magnamalo's Physiology. Thunder does 150% damage against parts with Hellfire on. Sever and Blunt weapons' best targets are the head. And when Magnamalo's Hellfire is active, Sever and Blunt's best targets are the head, back, forelegs, arm blades, tail, and the tail tip. While ranged weapons' best target are the head. And when Magnamalo's Hellfire is active, ranged best targets are the head, back, tail, and tail tip. And this brings us to Magnamalo's breakable parts and rewards. So breaking the head gives you a chance at a rarity 3 or rarity 5 drop. And breaking either the left or right arm blades gives you a chance at a rarity 4 drop. While breaking the tail gives you a chance at the rarity 2 or the rarity 6 drop. It's important to note, Magnamalo's drops Wyvern Gem Shards and does not have a unique rarity 6. For some of you rejoice, actually for a lot of you rejoice, because it would be a nightmare if this and Rajang both had unique rarity 6s. But no, it's Wyvern Gem Shards, and it will also drop Wyvern Gem Shards. And now this moves us to Magnamalo's attack, starting with number 1, the Claw Smash. Magnamalo will smash the ground in front of you with one of its claws, and here's its signal. Magnamalo will raise one of its arms in the air, as you see right here, the giant high five, and then bam. And here's how to dodge. 1, you dodge backwards once. 2, you dodge left or right once. And here's a little note. If hit, you will be inflicted with Hellfireblight. You notice at the end of this claw attack, bam, there is Hellfire, so be very careful. Next up for Magnamalo's attacks number 2, we have the Claw Sweep. So Magnamalo will sweep the field in front of it with one of its claws. And here's its signal. Magnamalo will raise one of its arms in the air with an open palm. So as you see, the palm's open when it raises it, and that will make it sweep right after. And here's how to dodge. You dodge backwards once or twice. And here's a note. If hit, you will be inflicted with Hellfireblight. Next up, for Magnamalo's attacks number 3, we have the Charge Tackle. Magnamalo will try to tackle you with its shoulder. And here's its signal. Magnamalo will crouch with its tail down, as you see right here. And here's how to dodge. Dodge left or right once. But be careful with your timing, because if you dodge too late, you will get hit by this attack. For Magnamalo's attacks at number 4, we have the Leaping Tackle. So Magnamalo will leap at you and try to tackle you. And here's its signal. Magnamalo will take a step with its right and roar before it jumps. So take a look at that right foot. It will take a step and then bam, it will jump. And here's how to dodge. Dodge left or right, once or twice. Up next for Magnamalo's attack number 5, we have the Quick Bite. And just as it says, Magnamalo will try to bite you. And here's a signal. Magnamalo will snap its head back, like you see right here, and open its mouth wide. Right before it takes you out with its jaws, here's how to dodge it. Dodge left or right once. Or you could dodge backwards once or twice, depending on how far you are from Magnamalo. Moving on from Magnamalo's attacks at number 6, we have the Hellfireblight. So Magnamalo will leap at you and bite you with Hellfire trailing its mouth. Now as you hear its signal right here, Magnamalo will step off its front legs and open its mouth with Hellfire coming out. Right here, step off the legs, I'm standing tall, and then wham. But here's how to dodge. Like you see in this example, dodge left or right once. But be careful, because if hit, you will be inflicted with Hellfireblight. You see that little dust cloud explosion right there? Well, after you hit, that explosion is going to go ahead and hit you, so be very careful of this attack. And now for Magnamalo's attacks at lucky number 7, we have the Hellfire Dust Blast. So Magnamalo will release clouds of Hellfire dust around it. And here's its signal. Magnamalo will stand tall on its back legs right here. As you see right here, standing tall on the back legs, and bam! Before it releases dust clouds that it will explode right afterwards. And here's how to dodge. Dodge backwards until you clear the dust clouds. Because if you are hit with this attack, you will be inflicted with Hellfireblight. So better be safe than sorry, just dodge until you clear the dust clouds. At number 8 for Magnamalo's attacks, we have the Tail Smash. And Magnamalo will try to smash you with its tail. And here's its signal. Like you see right here, Magnamalo will swing its tail in the air with its mouth open. Bam, swinging, mouth open, wham. And here's how to dodge. Just dodge left or right once or twice. It really is that easy. Now here's the thing. I don't see Magnamalo using this attack a lot, so just be aware and look at that tail motion before you try to dodge left or right to avoid this attack. Moving on from Magnamalo's attacks at number 9, we have the Tail Thrust. So Magnamalo will try to stab you with its tail because it's very sharp. And here's its signal. Magnamalo will take a step back and crouch with its tail down. Bam, stepping back, crouching down, and then stab. And here's how to dodge. Just dodge left or right once or twice, then make sure you completely avoid this really sharp part of Magnamalo's body, and to ensure you do not take damage. And we've hit double digits for Magnamalo's attacks at number 10, the Tail Sweep. Magnamalo will sweep the area around it with its tail. And here's its signal. Magnamalo will stand tall sideways and look to its side. Right here, standing tall, looking to the sideways right before it sweeps the area and tries to take you and everybody within that area out with it. And here's how to dodge. Dodge backwards twice or more. And here's a note. This attack has a wide range, so be careful in group hunts. It could be kind of hard to see the angle from here, but as long as you see it standing tall, just back away. It's better to be safe than sorry because that tail has a lot of range and it might hit you in a group hunt. But wait, there's more! From Magnamalo's attacks at number 11, we have Hellfire Rain version 1. So Magnamalo will shoot 2 waves of Hellfire balls from its tail. And here's its signal. Magnamalo will start walking, right here you see it walking, and it's going to start swinging its tail. As soon as it starts walking, that's the dead giveaway it's going to do this attack. And here's how to dodge. You dodge left, right, or backwards as each ball approaches you. Right, you see right here I perfect dodge because I have the timing down. But again, it's right before the balls hit you. So you see right before it lands, I'm going to dodge out the way, and then I'll be able to dodge this attack. But here's a note. This attack has a wide range, so be careful at which directions you choose to dodge. And it will also inflict Hellfireblight if it lands. And what's better than one version of Hellfire? Well, there's 2 versions, as we have Magnamalo's attacks at number 12, Hellfire Rain version 2. Magnamalo will shoot 2 waves of Hellfire balls from its tail. And here's its signal. Magnamalo will crouch and start shaking its tail, as you see it shaking right here, and then swing and swing. And here's how to dodge. Dodge left, right, or backwards as each ball approaches you like the last one. And here's a note. Again, this attack has a wide range as well, so be very careful at which direction you choose to dodge. It does swing its tail twice, so that's a dead giveaway. After the second swing, you'll be able to dodge it, but just be careful. You see a lot of balls heading towards you, and you don't want to get hit by any of them because it will inflict Hellfireblight if it does. And now to close off with regular Magnamalo's attacks at number 13, we have the Double Pounce. So Magnamalo will pounce at you twice, and here's the signal. Magnamalo will start walking like you see here and stalk you before it pounces. And here's how to dodge. You dodge left or right before each pounce. There's going to be 2 of them, so just be ready. And here's a note. Depending on how far you are, you may only have to dodge the first pounce and you can ignore the second one. So just be aware at which number pounce it's on. And now we move on to Magnamalo's Enraged mode. So after a certain amount of time, Magnamalo will transform into its Enraged mode. Here's a signal. Magnamalo will start this by roaring and stunning you. After this, it will surround itself with Hellfire explosions. Here's how to dodge. Dodge backwards once or more. Just make sure you clear them clouds. Because here's a note, you will take damage by the explosion if you are hit and get inflicted with Hellfireblight. So it's a double whammy. You're going to take explosive damage and you're getting inflicted with something that's going to blow you up in a bit at the same exact time. So just be mindful of this. And with a new transformation comes a new moveset. For Enraged Magnamalo's attacks at number 1, we have Enraged Hellfire Dust Blast. Magnamalo will release clouds of Hellfire dust around it. Here's its signal. Magnamalo will stand tall on its back legs before it releases dust clouds that will explode afterwards. As you see right here, bam, tall, dust clouds, boom. And here's how to dodge. Dodge backwards till you clear the dust clouds. And here's a note, if hit you will be inflicted with Hellfireblight, as with all of its attacks that do have that little Hellfire dust cloud right there, and then makes you go boom. Next up, for Enraged Magnamalo's attacks at number 2, we have the Hellfire Tail Thrust. Magnamalo will try to stab you with its tail and leave a trail of Hellfire. And here's its signal. Magnamalo will take a step back and crouch with its tail down. And it will also leave a trail of Hellfire dust that will explode after this. As you see right here, I dodge it, and then boom. Speaking of dodge, here's how to dodge. You dodge left or right twice. Make sure you clear them Hellfire clouds before you think you're in the clear, and so you'll avoid getting blown up by the Hellfireblight and the dust clouds. Next up, we have Enraged Magnamalo's attacks at number 3, the Magna Rifle. So Magnamalo will shoot a wave of Hellfire energy at you with its tail. And here's its signal. Magnamalo will raise its tail high in the air and spin it around before it fires its energy wave. And here's how to dodge. You dodge left or right once or twice before it fires the energy wave. So just make sure you keep an eye on that tail because it's going to come fast right after that tail comes down. So as you see right here, simple dodges, and then bam, you'll be able to easily dodge that energy wave. Moving on, we have Enraged Magnamalo's attacks at number 4, the Double Air Tail Swing. Magnamalo will try to hit you with its tail twice in midair. And here's its signal. Magnamalo will step back and crouch before it jumps in the air. Here's how to dodge. You dodge left or right multiple times, and thanks to one of my friends, you can also dodge forward till you're under Magnamalo. This attack's really tricky to get the timing down because Magnamalo's in mid-air and it has so many tail attacks. So just keep this in mind because again, this attack is very difficult to dodge, so you're going to have your P's and Q's about you if you're going to notice that, hey, it's about to take off and I might just get whacked with his tail and have to use a potion if it's a high star Magnamalo. And now we have second to last with Enraged Magnamalo's attacks number 5, the Divebomb. So Magnamalo will shoot a Hellfire ball and then dive at you. It's a two-piece combination right here, and here's its signal. Magnamalo will start running on its side, you see right here, and it's going to jump in midair right before it dives at you. And here's how to dodge this attack. You dodge left or right once or twice. And the time you dodge this attack is right before it jumps in midair, so it's fast and be careful. And now for Enraged Magnamalo's attacks number 6, its most powerful attack, we have the Hellfire Divebomb. This is Magnamalo's 3-attack finishing combo. It will charge at you, leave a trail of Hellfire, and then Divebomb at you. And here's its signal. Magnamalo will start running on its side and then jump in midair before it dives at you. So as you see right here in this example, bam, it's running. I dodge that one. You see this trail of Hellfire. I'm going to dodge again. And then I'm going to keep dodging because it's going to Divebomb at you with this fancy attack. And here's how to dodge. Like you saw right there, all you got to do is keep dodging left or right until you avoid all of its attacks. Here's an important note. You can simply leave the hunt, literally just leave and try again if you can't finish off Magnamalo before this attack. Because after this, the hunt will usually end after this attack and you'll run out of time anyways. And finally, we have my Magnamalo tips and tricks and how to get rid of Hellfire. So you can get rid of Hellfire by dodging 5 times. And perfect dodging gets rid of Hellfire. And if you don't get rid of Hellfire, you will explode and take heavy damage. So make sure you stop, drop, and rolling a lot in order to make sure you don't get blown up. And you have approximately 15 seconds to get rid of Hellfireblight before you go boom. And just like you see in this example right here, Magnamalo will fall over if you break its back or any of its arm blades, so do as much damage as you can while it's stunned in this state. And that's a perfect example of what happens when Hellfire goes on long enough. You go boom. And hopefully this video helps you take on Magnamalo. Magnamalo is the most difficult to defeat out of all the Season 3 monsters, as well as having the most moves and attacks. It has the most since Kushala Deora, so it is rightfully so as the featured monster of Curse of the Wandering Flames. With that being said, please do me a huge favor, like, subscribe, and comment for the YouTube algorithm. Good luck on your hunts, good luck on your grinds. May Magnamalo drop plenty of rarity 6s, and you get all the materials you need from it to build your weapons and armor. Good luck on your grinds, and I will see y'all on the next video.